and this is our 100th. I say 100th episode. Yes, indeed. And we have a special guest in the building, none other than the great Selase Botchway. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. So we greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, and congratulations on your 100th episode. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's
Huge accomplishment. So.
Oh man, brother, it's been some hard work putting to this right here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes, sir. Well, let's go ahead and let's get to the questions.
Tell us, how did you get your career started?
Initially, my career started with print work and doing a lot of behind the scenes, and then it gradually manifested into doing more television and film. That was always the journey and the direction, but it initially started out with doing print work.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, great.
So you said print work. Is there a lot of your print work out that we can pull up and look at?
Yeah, well, initially, one of my first print campaigns was for SBC Global. This was before AT&T and other phone companies kind of merged. And that really started off that type of career. But in regards to print work, I've done stuff from Lifetime Fitness, Gold's Gym, Lay's potato chip bags, to Nike Dry Fit, and in commercial life, you can see a lot of these commercials actually online, or depending on what market you're in, for Dick's Sporting Goods, Raising Cane's Chicken, if you have that in your market, Anderson Williams windows. I just recently did a campaign for Cadillac for their new electric Lyric. A lot of industrials. Industrials are like training videos and different training platforms for different companies that initiate people into someone's company. So I might be a spokesperson for that company, talking about different HR or different things that are required for development inside said company as a spokesperson, So that's a lot of the stuff I do outside of television and film.
That's impressive.
Love it.
Very impressive.
Nice. Now, you work out a lot, right?
Yes, I teach sometimes kickboxing, cycle, boot camp conditioning, and I'm currently on a marathon journey. So for the last few years, I've been dedicating myself to running marathons and doing individual like athlete sports, marathons and triathlons. So I'm currently trying to train for Boston. So every year, that's always part of the list. If work doesn't pull me away, I'm always trying to run for that. But it keeps my head clear, the running.
Yeah. Yes, it does. It does, actually. Boxing is very good, too. It gets you in shape. It's a whole body workout.
Absolutely. I like to say if I'm training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or boxing and I'm getting thrown lines or there's something challenging on set, like earlier that day, somebody was trying to take my life. Give me all the words, give me all the lines. This is easy today, So I look at that as being an area to find peace throughout all the chaos, if that makes any sense.
Right. Yeah. So you pretty nice with them things, like me.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't gonna mess with you, brother. I ain't gonna mess with you, man.
All peace here, all peace.
We're gonna have to take some lessons.
Yes.
Sir. And I thought it was really dope and cool how like you do now cosplay. Because I saw you don the Black Panther and Spider-Man costume before. Was that you in it? Yeah.
Yes. So what's behind that is that over the last maybe 10 years, I've been an employee for Marvel live appearances. So it's not necessarily cosplay because I fill out a W-2 and I get a check for it. So I do nationwide Make-A-Wish Foundation events and different military installations talking about anti-bullying programming and superhero fitness. And whenever there's a movie premiere, just recently I was in Seattle at Fort Lewis and Fort McCord doing a meet and greet as Spider-Man for the new release of Into the Spider-Verse, the cartoon. So I'll travel all East Coast as far as Canada to Mexico City, G League basketball games that do any type of superhero events, minor league baseball, throwing out opening pitches, entertaining the fans. I'm actually going to Austin this weekend for the Dell Diamonds, which is a minor league baseball team. Me and Captain America will be there this weekend, entertaining some folks and throwing out the opening pitches. And, so I travel. So that's what you saw in regards to that Black Panther or Spider-Man or even Iron Man, because I do that one as well.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool. And that's kind of like your way of like you and your team play giving back to the community. So, man, thank you guys for watching.
Absolutely. Yeah, I find it very rewarding from the little kids that cry, that are in your hands, but they're crying because they're excited. They've been in line for 45 minutes talking about you the whole time, and then right when they get there, they're so. To the kids that have on the same uniform as you, they came with the picture that they drew for you, and they have all these questions that they have to ask you, and they're doing poses beside you and everything. To the adults that do the same thing too. So it's there's a lot of reward, So I'm very grateful to be a part of that community.
So pretty much, we know that you model as well too, and somebody else is a model as well.
Okay.
So how do you prepare for that right there? It's kind of like the same thing, but I mean, well, the model and the model, y'all have a conversation. How do y'all?
Like what exactly is the question? Say it again.
How do you prepare for like a modeling gig? Is it the same around about like acting and modeling? Like, how do you prepare for get ready to walk down the runway?
I mean, because it's like acting for me, I know it is when I'm acting, it's like I can feel like free a little,
Mm-hmm.
I'm free to kind of be all of these different people. But when I'm on the runway, I'm on the runway as me, and it feels to me like it's just so much pressure. How do you?
Yeah. Like I do a lot of print, the few runway aspects that I've done. I feel like it's just a walk, it's all about just wearing their clothes. You're just a walking mannequin. So I feel like that's pretty easy. You don't have no lines, you don't gotta do nothing, I see the videos of people, falling on the turns and whatnot, just depending on what type of getup they have on. But you're just supposed to have your blue steel or your chocolate thunder or whatever you want to call your look is. Yeah. And you just own it, and you just walk down the runway. But just like what you're saying in regards to to acting, I feel like that's just I can embody a different character, and I'm more free in that acting space because I'm being able to be something that I'm not on the day-to-day basis. I'm taking your words or his words or anybody else's words, and I'm trying to breathe life into that, give them a version of what they wrote down, So that that's more challenging to me in comparison. Just I feel like I'm just a hanger. Most people they're like, "Oh, this fits perfectly on you. Go," and they just blow a little anti-glow on me or whatever, anti-shine, and they're like, "You're good. Just go. Just get out of my face." You know.
When I see the guys like they don't care about the model. They just want all they care about is their clothes. They just want you to
Yeah,
be good showing it.
just go. Yeah, just be that walking hanger. You know, just don't make the clothes look crazy.
Yeah, because I have a confession to make. Because the first time we saw Tashay model, I tried to get her to laugh. She was.
Oh yeah, on the runway.
I tried to get it. I wanted to break it.
I was like, not
Because
today.
I know she saw us in the corner. It was me and James. I know she saw us in the corner of our eye, and I was doing like this. She just kept a straight face. She was very professional.
Yeah, professional. There you go. Then you get a call back for the next one. You're always on rotation.
Yes.
I was like, not today.
Got to keep the stone face for sure.
Like you have to be in a totally different headspace for that. Like you just, for me, I
You do.
Because sometimes it's easy for me to smile too hard, and you don't want to like cheesy. So it's like having that perfect smile. You gotta hold it the whole day.
Yeah, and then they're like, for pictorials, you know, you're wearing their clothes. They want you to hold your hands a certain way. They want you to hold whatever product it is that you might be demoing a certain way. Those things might be challenging because you're holding your body in unconventional positions, you know, that look great on camera, but aren't necessarily, you know, functional, you know, for the day, you know. So, yeah, but it can. They both have their gives and takes, their pluses and minuses for sure.
Now, we've seen your dramatic career, and you were on shows like Walker, Redemption. One of my favorite shows is Leverage.
Yeah.
Goes on, but do you plan on tapping into the comedy space, or have you done anything in the comedy space yet?
You know, I think I'm hilarious. So I'm trying to find some roles that feed into that. Writing comedy can be a struggle sometimes. You have to have a good ensemble of people to help you write that. So hopefully I get an opportunity to jump into a good comedic role. But I'm generally somebody's lawyer, somebody's best friend, somebody's daddy, you know. So there hasn't been too many comedic roles for me as of yet.
You wrote and directed your own film, The Lines Between. Any plans on creating more films or maybe your own series?
Yes. Speaking of The Lines Between, that will be hopefully out before the end of this year. I want to do like one long story, but it will be cut up into a series. So I have some things actually on my whiteboard that me and some friends have been thinking about putting into development. So hopefully after The Lines Between gets running and gets out of the house, then I can really focus in on another project. But I would like to do a horror film and stories about COVID during that COVID time, because I feel like that's a portion of our lives that has happened to everybody, but there aren't any dramatic or even comedic stories about it, you know? So that is a direction that I'm kind of focused on.
What would you tell your younger self before you got into the business?
Automatically, I would tell my younger self is to don't quit and Never forget why you started.
Sometimes we
Yeah, for sure.
how we start.
Correct. Hmm. Yeah, we lose the memory of play, because that's essentially what acting is. I get to play with a whole bunch of other people that want to play too, play these different characters, you know, and even in the costume realm, I'm still playing, you know. When I'm teaching classes, I got a mic on, I'm still playing, you know. So we, my goal, I guess, as a child was to find things that always felt like play. So I would remind myself never to lose that, for sure.
You know, we can't let you go without talking about the film that you're in, the Big George Foreman film.
Yeah.
Talk about your time on set there. What was that like?
Okay. My time on set with Chris Davis. He's a nice guy. You guys, he plays George Foreman in the film, and he's cousin Courtney, I believe, on Atlanta. And my scenes were with him. I'm actually interviewing him. I play a British reporter. And this is right after his fight in Zaire. And I approach him, I interview him, and as the scene goes in the film, he's looking at his next, I guess, sexual conquest in regards to the life of George Foreman. But the experience on set was great. Working in New Orleans was amazing. I ran into Forrest Whitaker on set while we were shooting. He is a very, very large man. Like, he's a tall, quiet man, but he brings everything, you know, whenever he's on set, which is very captivating, you know. Working in the old castles or old, I guess, plantation homes in New Orleans for some of the scenes was really nice. And the casting crew was great. You know, it was pictorial. So we were wearing bell bottoms and polyester, you know, and dressed to the nines for that time. And it was a great experience, you know, available on Amazon Prime soon.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I love it, man. So you had a great and wonderful experience, and we love hearing that too. So thank you. So I'm asking this question.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Botchway, what is on your bucket list?
Say that again.
You in your, well, I don't say in your career, but what is on your bucket list for your career? What is things that you have to do?
I would say things that I desire or aspire to do would be a part of a good series. Not even necessarily being the lead in a series, but a series that has weight, you know, that is on for some time, you know. I just want to be a part of something that matters to the community, you know, and put good work out there. So that would be my bucket list, would be to be a part of a captivating Netflix, HBO, whatever series. There's so many different networks out there, you know, so.
I definitely understand that one, because, I mean, when you're on a series for a little while, it's like you get to grow a character. Sometimes when you're in a movie, you play a character, then you're done, you're playing another character, then you're done, you're playing another character. So you're kind of like bouncing from character to character. But when you're in a series, you can actually focus on that character and grow that character. So like I that's something I want to do myself as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that should be on every inspiring actor's list of things to be a part of, you know. So, because just to chime in on what you said, you get to really grow the character and be a part of something.
last and final question is, what advice would you like to share with our audience about
yeah.
watching this? What would you like to share with the audience?
The advice I would like to share would be, be good to yourself, be good to others. Find something that you're passionate about and hone in on your own personal gifts. People might say you're good at, underwater basket weaving, but you don't think you're good at underwater basket weaving because you're good at something else. Focus in on the things that you are truly gifted in, and you will find success. And keep the ones that you love around you because they will feed and nurture you for sure.
Perfectly said.
Thank you. Love it. Again, appreciate you for coming on our special 100th episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, bravo to you guys. Bravo. 4 times around.
Thank you again so much. We greatly appreciate it. We gotta get you on again in the future. We really
yeah. Please do. Anytime.